Well, tonight we're learning the state of Georgia is putting Narcan, the life-saving overdose antidote, in every public school. Georgia leaders are saying it will save lives. Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kasouris explains the move.
This is Narcan, also known as naloxone, and it can reverse an opioid overdose. It can't get someone high, won't hurt someone who isn't overdosing, and it works in as little as 1 to 2 minutes. According to the Department of Public Health, the number of opioid-involved overdose deaths in Georgia increased by 302% from 2010 to 2022.
Narcan in schools are going to save lives, not just of students, but of teachers also, and frankly of visitors.
Jeff Breedlove, a former addict turned advocate, says overdoses happen faster than most people realize. Narcan gives schools a fighting chance in that critical 4 to 5 minute window. The state began distributing Narcan this fall using money from the Georgia Opioid Abatement Trust, created to manage settlement payouts from opioid manufacturers and distributors accused of fueling the crisis. That trust is designed to ensure that money goes towards treatment, prevention, and saving lives.
When we put this in a school, there'll be a life-saving device that maybe because it's there, there'll be one less funeral in that community and one more person walking across the graduation stage.
Overdose and fentanyl poisoning is now the leading cause of death for Americans 18 to 45. Breedlove says parents need to understand the danger is reaching children younger and younger. Narcan buys precious time when seconds matter.
It may be hard for a mom and dad to hear this, but it's harder to bury your child.
Georgia is continuing with their Stuff the Box events, assembling thousands of Narcan kits. Advocates say that Georgia could become the national model. Distribution is underway now, with all schools expected to be stocked and trained by the end of spring. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasouris.